Showcasing local talent, professionals, and everyday people making Salt Lake City what it is today. It's time for another episode of the I Am Salt Lake podcast.
Welcome back to the I Am Salt Lake podcast. This is episode 87. My name is Chris Hollifield. Welcome to my show. Welcome to the podcast where I showcase locals, professionals, everyday people in Salt Lake City that I believe are making a difference. You can find the website iamsaltlake.com. That way you can find all the previous episodes, links for iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Mediocre Radio Network. We're all right there online. So head on over to the website when you get a chance. Again, that's iamsaltlake.com. This episode, I sat down with Jeramie Velardie and Lance Everill. You might remember Jeramie from back in episode 45. We sat down, we talked about a Creato One event that he did, helping a cause. And in this episode, he is doing a fundraiser for another great cause, the YWCA. He's actually doing an event this upcoming Saturday, August 3rd. So make sure to check that out. It's going to be going on at the AMS Warehouse, which is located right downtown Salt Lake City. The address of that is 333 West, 500 South, Salt Lake City, Utah. Right downtown, not too far from Area 51. I don't think you'll miss it. It's a fundraiser for the YWCA, like I mentioned. It's going to be featuring music. We're going to be playing music on this episode from some of the musicians that are going to be performing at this event, as well as talking art, some of the original art that's going to be at this event, as well as actually talking with Lance Everill, he's an artist from Salt Lake City here. He's going to have some of his art at the event as well. So I was really excited when I was told that he was going to be sitting in on this episode. So had a chance to get to know him a little bit better. So anyways, that's coming up this upcoming Saturday, August 3rd at AMS Warehouse, 333 West, 500 South, Salt Lake City, Utah. Make sure you check it out. I'm going to put all the links on the show notes for this episode 87. You can find that at iamsaltlake.com/episode 87 for all the links and information regarding that event. So anyways, let's jump into that conversation that I had with Jeramie and Lance, and make sure to hit up that event August 3rd at AMS Warehouse. Thanks for listening to another episode of the I Am Salt Lake podcast. So we got Jeramie Velardie back on the show. He came on episode 45.
Yep.
We talked about an event, Creato One.
Correct.
That you did it was a fundraiser for puppies.
It was free puppies. Yeah.
How did that go, by the way?
It went really well.
Did that go really well?
Yeah.
And then we have Lance.
Yes, Lance Everill.
On the show. You had some of your art at that show as well, right?
Yeah, I've done 3 Creato One shows with Jeramie.
He's done every Creato One.
Yeah.
Excellent. And you're an artist?
Yes, yeah.
Just kind of start introductions, kind of who you are. I know Jeramie introduced himself in 45. I got probably a ton more listeners listening in that maybe haven't had a chance to go back and listen. I mean, I'm in the 80s now, episode 80s. Nice. I'm not sure what number this is going to be, but just introduce yourself.
Jeramie Lawrence Velardie, I guess founder of Creato One Music and Art. I'm an artist, somewhat musician.
You're a musician.
A musician as well. And we put together these events for different charities. We do them like every 3 to 4 months. This will be our 4th event. It's coming on August 3rd.
And then the puppies one was the second, right?
Yeah.
The second event.
So that was in March. Yeah.
You had an event since then. And,
we had one in April.
And
April 17th.
What was that benefiting? The April?
That was for a lady with breast cancer. Her name was Cindy Metcalf. We had that one at Five Monkeys, so that one was at a bar.
How is Five Monkeys? I haven't been there.
It was cool.
It's a nice place.
Yeah.
It's an interesting place to show art when you have people drinking and picking it up and setting their drink down on it. And
But each show, we've raised more money than the previous show. So it's growing.
You get a bigger turnout each time. And
it seems to.
Seems like the money raised has doubled each time, I think.
Yeah, I guess it's doubled.
And then Lance, you're an artist.
Lance Everill, artist, painter, designer.
And I want to
musician.
What music do you play?
I play guitar.
Really?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
He shreds.
I want to get into to your art here in just a second, since you're in on this show. We're going to play some music from a few of the artists playing the show. Go through the lineup, Jim.
Okay.
Who do we got? Give us a rundown of the event.
So the event is August 3rd, and it's for the benefit of the YWCA Women's Shelter. The location is at the AMS warehouse. It was at Cocapelli's, but we had to change that. They got new management or something, and I guess they don't want us there anymore. I don't know. So we're going to be at the AMS warehouse, and that's on 5th South and 333 West, half of 666. So that's an easy way to remember. Just across from Area 51.
Is it just like a big open warehouse?
Just a warehouse. We're going to be in the parking lot. We've got musicians. We've got Brooke.
So it's going to be outside.
It's going to be outside.
It starts at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m.
Yeah, we've got Brooke McIntosh. She's really, really good musician from Morgan, Utah.
And we're going to play a track of hers coming up.
Oh, cool. That's the first one we're going to play?
Yeah, we will. Yeah, sure. We can do that one first. Yeah.
That's great.
Anyways, so yeah.
So Brooke McIntosh, Jake Cardall, Amelia Dawn, and Chanda Charmine. I really hope I'm saying that right. I don't know Chanda. I know all the rest of them, and I've heard all the rest of their music. Really good musicians.
Yeah, and we're going to play a track from Jake and Amelia as well.
Jake's a great guitar player, man.
Yeah, so that way you guys can get a taste a little bit of the music that's going to be at the event, and then the artists. Go through the artists that you have.
Myself, Jeramie Velardie, Lance Everill.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I've known him for so long, and I keep screwing up his name.
Isn't that the worst? Like when you're like, how do you pronounce her last name?
Yeah, it's
There's something about even with my name, it's like some people say Holyfield, I'm Hollifield. You know, I don't really care. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, so
it's spelled ever ill, like ever ill, like he's ever ill, but it's Everill. So yeah, always sick. Myself, JLJ, and Megan Hyde.
I'm excited to see her work. I haven't seen her stuff other than what you posted.
These are all just friends of yours, right? Like you mentioned with the previous show that you did, just kind of people you knew through the community.
I've brought on more people that are not friends. Majority of them are my friends. But like Megan Hyde, I don't really know. I don't know Chanda at all. Amelia Dawn, I don't know. Even though she played the first Credo one.
Mm-hmm. She was good.
She was very good.
Yeah. So it's growing. Like he said, more musicians, more artists. It's cool.
And why the YWCA? Why did you pick them this time?
They were the first charity to email me back.
Really?
Yeah, I reached out to a bunch, and they were the first. So
nice.
Tell a little bit. I mean, and you probably mentioned this in episode 45, but like, what inspired you to start this, doing these benefits for different charities? I mean, just kind of something to give back to the community.
Something to give back to the community. I really just started it to see if I could do an art show. I wanted to show my brother's art. I knew Lance did art. I didn't know how good Lance was. I just saw a couple of his things, like he did graphic design wise, you know?
Yeah.
And then when I saw his paintings at the show, I was like, wow, you've never shown before. So it was just kind of, you know.
Yeah, I did my first art show with Jeramie.
Really?
First Credo one in November. Yeah, first time I've ever
That was the first time you ever did art.
Right. Wow. First time I've ever shown.
Showing your art. Mm-hmm. I mean, I not did your art. And how was the response for that for you, Lance?
You know, it's all right. I sold one piece as a result of that, you know, but it was fun. The biggest thing is like-minded folks. You know, it's fun to get out, hear some good music and see some artists, talk to people, and, you know, so it's just kind of mushroomed for me from there. You know, I've sold quite a few pieces since then, but it's just fun. I appreciate him telling me to get out of my art room. You know, I'm the guy that locks myself away on the weekend, sit in my art room all day long and
just paint and draw.
Right.
You know what? I want to get into a conversation. Let's play a song. Let's start off with the song Brooke McIntosh, Bliss.
Yes. Great song.
We'll play this. Now, how did you meet her?
Well, I grew up with Brooke. I went to elementary school and middle school, and she moved away to San Diego to start a music career. And I really haven't been in contact with her, just so through Twitter. I saw that she moved back here and asked her to do the event. So I haven't seen her perform or anything since we were in like middle school, and she'd do like assemblies or whatever.
Well, that'll be fun.
Do you know what time she's playing about, or
I don't know the lineup. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's play.
I don't know. Like, I know the lineup obviously because I'm the one creating the event, but I don't know who's going on when.
Yeah.
It's always a little tricky with musicians, you know.
They show up late. Well, let's play this track, and then I want to come back and I want to talk to Lance about his art, because I love it. I follow you on Instagram, and I want to kind of jump in and talk art a little bit with you. And so we'll play. This is Bliss, Brooke McIntosh.
Raise your weary eyes.
So Lance, let's talk a little bit to you about your art. I mean, what got you interested in art?
I've been doing it since I was 3.
Since you were 3 years old, like
literally not in a coloring book, just making up my own stuff.
Just like pencils and
crayons, markers.
Yeah.
You know, I still am not above using crayons even today if
you can do
it. Yeah. Something about using cheap kids' supplies to make something cool and pretty that I kind of get off on.
And are you self-taught or did you take classes?
No, I took, like a lot of public ed, you know, of course, took art classes all through, public education, and then did some post-high school, graphic stuff and illustration and things. So, but most of the time, just like I said, sitting in the bedroom, plugging away, you know.
And for people listening that might not have seen your art, I mean, how would you describe your art?
You know, I don't know how I describe it. I've spent all my time trying to create my own style, and that's what I want. You see a lot of things where people emulate one another, and I realize it's inevitable for people to influence each other. That's just how it is because we're all together. But I really am trying to cultivate my own style, and I try to make things vibrant and colorful and positive. You know, when I was younger, in my twisted 20s, everything was really dark and kind of depressing, dark colors, and I didn't get much response. But now that I'm a little happier.
Do you find that your moods and stuff inspire different types of artwork?
Well, I think so.
When you're a little more depressed, like you said,
yeah.
or happier.
I'd rather be happy and create happy art than being down in the dumps, even though a lot of good creative energy comes out of depression and breakups and changes and things like that, you know. But yeah, I'd much prefer positive.
What inspires you? I mean, just to create art.
You know, I've really gotten a lot of inspiration from working with Jeramie, just doing these Credo One shows. It gives me a reason to produce, you know, so I'll sit and just try and crank stuff out. I'll try and put out a new piece at least once a week if I can, you know.
So obviously art isn't your full-time career.
No, I wish.
Yeah.
I wish, and I hope to make it that way one day.
That's
kind of where I'm trying to gear my life toward.
Well, it's kind of like we were even talking before we started recording, to be able to do your passions and to be able to do what you love.
Right.
To make that full time.
Right.
I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you could create art full time, I bet you, imagine that.
Well, I think there's a big difference too. Like I've done a lot of graphic design, and when you have an assignment, it takes that passion out of it. But, since I've been working with Jeramie doing these Credo One shows, just to paint whatever I want, I find I do a better job when that passion's there for it, you know? So when you take the assignment piece out, it makes it not work. It makes it fun. And I think that's a lot more enjoyable, you know?
Like overall, what's the most rewarding thing for yourself creating art?
When you get a positive response, when somebody's like, I want to buy your piece, that's pretty awesome, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to hang this in my living room. I've done a few tattoo pieces for folks, and when they like your stuff so much that they're going to put it on their body, that's pretty rewarding, you know?
Wow. So you've had people say, I want you to draw something to go on.
Yeah, only a couple. You know?
Have you dabbled in tattooing at all?
I haven't done it myself, but I've drawn like all my own tattoos and stuff, you know.
So your first show was with Jeramie,
right? In November.
How did you two meet up?
We worked together.
Oh, you worked together
for like 10 years, something like that.
I was wearing a Deftones jacket, and he thought it was cool.
Started a conversation. You know,
so we started talking.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, if you're wearing a Deftones jacket, of course,
can't help but ask about that.
Yeah. So since November, I mean, have you sold like out of any galleries yet, or done farmers markets or any kind of markets?
I've done 3 Credo One shows. We did one in November. We did one in March. Both of those were at Cocapelli's. We did one in April at Five Monkeys in Murray, which is a bar. And then with one of the artists, I got hooked up with Jeramie Brad Barker, who's an awesome local artist.
Yeah, you should have him on here. He's a cool guy, lead singer of Victims Willing, like the nicest guy ever.
Yeah, just a great artist. His work's really vibrant, real clean, real almost three-dimensionally. Just he captures images so well that, you know, you can almost put your hand in it. But
yeah.
He invited me out to the spring art adoption, or got me hooked up with that. We did that in June over at the Utah Art Alliance, just west of Gateway Mall. And so that was fun. There was probably about 20 to 30 artists there, and I got to show about 9 pieces, and it was really cool.
Where would you like to see yourself go as an artist?
You know, I'd like to, my goal is get myself out of my full-time job.
Yeah.
And just paint.
Kind of back to what we were saying, to be able to.
You know, but I've got a ways to work to that, you know.
Yeah.
Especially when you talk about health insurance and crap like that, you know.
Yeah.
It's nice having a job when you can pay bills and
Do you live here in Salt Lake? Right in Salt Lake?
I live in West Jordan, actually.
Okay,
I'm not too far from Jeramie. We're both out there in West Jordan. Mm-hmm.
Did you grow up here your whole life and all that?
All over the whole valley. So, lived in just about every city within the valley and spent all my time here.
Do you like living here?
I do.
Do you like Salt Lake?
I do. I'm not a Mormon. And so as we all know, there's an interesting culture in Utah. I have a lot of wonderful Mormon friends and family, but I do like it here. I love it.
And I ask this, and I don't know if I had a chance to ask Jeramie before. I've been trying to kind of get more with people I bring on. Like, what do you like about Salt Lake overall? What are some of your favorite things about the city as a whole?
I think it's pretty.
Yeah,
it's funny.
It is a beautiful city.
Yeah, clean.
Like when you look at your photographs, you've got such great images. Like just the architecture, it's just a pretty. I dig it. Surrounded by the mountains. We're close to things like that. You can 20 minutes and you're in the mountains. And
do you ski or snowboard?
I used to ski heavily, like every day when I could, but having a mortgage makes me not as daring,
Yeah, you're just like, I can't afford to break my legs.
Yeah, I decided to invest all my money in guitar instead of skis because guitar is year round. So I kind of chose one over the other,
And so you play guitar?
I do.
Are you going to be playing any music at the event, the Creator One event, or no?
No, actually, which is kind of weird because I've played music for 25 years. I've been playing guitar now, and so I've just done hundreds and hundreds of gigs over the years since I was a kid. And so to do the art shows and just push my art is kind of a different vibe for me. It's kind of fun,
What advice would you give, like, say, somebody who wants to be an artist, who has an interest in art, as an artist yourself?
I think the biggest thing and the problem that with it in general is we tend to compare ourselves to somebody else. You look up to somebody that you think does great work, and you tend to do a comparison contrast of yourself to them. Obviously, if you look up to them, you probably view them as better than yourself. And I think that there's nothing wrong with that, but I think it's dangerous too. I think the other thing too is that people tell you that you're supposed to be a certain way, and I had a real hard time with that, like especially when I graduated from high school. I took a lot of advanced art classes in high school. And
did you find that to be helpful, or did you find it to be kind of like limiting?
I did till my senior year. Like I learned a lot of basic concepts, which you need to learn some concepts, Well, you don't need to, but I did. And then I had a teacher my senior year and just beat me down. I quit drawing and painting for about 2 years because I thought I sucked. And I realized after that 2-year hiatus that it's just about expressing yourself, and the only person you need to compare yourself to is you. So if you're doing something that you enjoy and you're trying to, at a unique expression, then there's nothing wrong with that, and there is no right or wrong. So going back to that concepts, you don't have to know concepts to do art. People splash paint and it's art, so it's just about having fun.
Have you ever had anybody just like completely come and just talk a bunch of shit on your art? Have you had to deal with that? I mean, I apologize. Is that a blunt question,
Great. I appreciate you bringing that up. So we did this Creator One art show in April, 5 monkeys. I ended up selling, I think personally, when you do a piece and every now and then you go, whatever it is you create, you go, it's okay. Other times you go, oh, I'm proud of that. So
I did that. So yeah, one of those, what came from me.
Yeah. It's cool. And every now and then, every one of us does something that we're proud of, and you should be, So I did this koi fish, great big koi fish, about 4 feet wide, 2 feet tall. Really proud of it. Spent probably 3 weeks working on it almost every day. Sold it to this guy at that show for a reasonable price. I try to modestly price my things.
Do you find it hard to put a price point on your art?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've really thought a lot about it, and so I kind of have like a philosophy about that. But I sold this guy this koi fish. I'm really proud of this piece. I think I did a good job, not to toot my own horn, but I'm pleased with it,
Yeah.
And so I ran into him, like the band I'm in, we played a gig in June at 5 Monkeys, and he was standing out front smoking, and I'm like, hey, and he's just told me how stoked he is on the painting. And well, after probably about a pitcher of beer or two, he's like, dude, he's a drunk, and let me tell you what I don't like about that painting. And I thought, are you shitting me?
Really?
It's like, I thought that was kind of rude to go up to somebody that
was it just stupid stuff that he didn't like?
Yeah, just, and I told him.
I just couldn't imagine that, buying a piece of art and then just being like, well, I don't like this and this. It's like, man, dude.
Yeah, he was cool when he was sober, but as soon as he was drunk, he's like, I don't like this part, don't like that part. And I thought, well, everything I do on there is intentional. Every spot, every stroke, every color, it's all intentional. So to go to somebody that creates something and, like you said, talk shit about it and say, that sucks. It really pissed me off, so I was about half tempted to offer to buy it back.
Yeah. You were just like, you don't deserve to have my art.
Yeah, but I really
It's a really good piece too.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Look it up on Instagram.
Yeah, I got it on my Instagram.
So yeah. So you're on Instagram.
Right, yeah.
And just your name?
At Lance Everill.
Yeah. Well, I know I follow you. I just don't remember what your username is.
So it's LANCE. My last name is the words Ever and Ill put together, EVERILL. So at Lance Everill.
And do you have a website? Or
I'm just on Facebook. I just recently got on Facebook.
You're a newbie to the Facebook
Yeah, I
world.
don't think I'm the last person on
welcome to
Earth.
Facebook. Are you enjoying your time on Facebook?
I'm just mostly pushing my art there too.
Dude, that's what I tell people. It's a great place to promote yourself.
Oh, yeah.
If you have anything you're pushing, get on Facebook, get on Twitter.
All these shows have just been promoted on Facebook. The first show we did flyers and did the whole thing.
Dude,
but
flyers are dead, man.
Yeah.
It's all, I wish I still got flyers.
I know, and I'm a guy that made a lot of flyers in my life, but I've drawn a lot of them.
Yeah.
But it's a thing of the past,
Well, people get them and then they just toss them.
Yeah.
I would always put like my favorite events on the refrigerator or something like that. But I like invites because then, my iPhone will remind me of it. Yeah, that's right. They got that event coming up. And,
Right.
And
then you can push it out too several times coming up,
So do you just have a personal Facebook or your
just
fan
personal,
page?
just Lance Everill. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like,
so people can add you if they want to add you as a friend. Will you add them back?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, some people get kind of weird about Facebook.
Right. Well, mostly what I'm looking for is it's just true art fans, fellow artists, people that enjoy art. I mean, that's what, the art community is super cool to have that commonality. And that's what I'm looking for, So if somebody's interested, I'd love to.
What do you think of Salt Lake City's art community in general?
There's amazing artists, and it's crazy. You don't realize sometimes you're standing next to somebody in a grocery store, what they do in their life. And then maybe you see that same guy or that same gal, some of their artwork. And it's super cool to see what people create and what they do. It just blows my mind,
Yeah. And you mentioned you're in a band too?
Yes.
What band are you in?
The Camino Arrival. We haven't been together about a couple of years. We've been playing out for just about a year now.
So a few shows around town.
Yeah, we got a gig coming up actually the day before the Creative One show. We're at the Woodshed on Friday, August 2nd doing the Ladies Rock. So we've got a female singer and it's all bands that are fronted by females. And so it's kind of cool. We're pretty excited about it.
Like what kind of music is it? Like
just original rock and roll. We do some covers, we do like some Portishead and some Jefferson Airplane and but mostly just original, just rock, kind of with the funk influence a little bit, and
so cool. They can come down to the Woodshed the night before Creative One.
Right.
The second, the Woodshed, and then the third at AWS Warehouse, right? AMS Warehouse. Excellent. Well, let's play another track of Jake Cardell. That's how you pronounce it, right? Yeah.
Cardall.
Mm-hmm. He's playing the event. The name of the track is Blowing Through a Red Light.
Correct.
And we'll play that and then come back and talk some more about the event.
Okay.
Lately I have noticed you have such a pretty face. I may seem a little blank, like I just saw a ghost. Feels like it will kill me to look away from you. I finally found the nerve to wake up from the past. Running out of chances, I've gotta make this moment last. don't cry for long. I can't get over that.
And Jeramie, you're going to be doing some of your art too, right?
Correct.
Yeah. This is your first time.
This is my first time.
Are you nervous?
Not really so nervous. I'm actually proud of the pieces that I'm going to show. I was influenced a lot by Lance. Lance uses wood, and I was familiar to paint on. Yeah. Whoa. But, yeah, and mixed mediums. And I never dove into that. I just kind of kept on canvas, and always felt that my pieces were a little boring, but these new pieces that I'm working on, I'm pretty proud of. So,
and I could imagine the excitement to show it to the public.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to have pieces for sale at the event, as well as we were talking. There's a raffle, $1 for a ticket, and then that goes towards the YWCA.
Correct.
And like I was mentioning, get like 50 raffle tickets, and that would up your odds of winning.
Yeah.
Like how many pieces are probably going to be donated? Probably?
There'll probably be 6 or 7.
Okay.
And these are really good artists too.
Yeah.
Prints and original pieces, you know.
Prints and yeah. And so do you know when you get the raffle ticket, do you know what you're getting it for, or is it just kind of, so each artist will have their own?
Each artist will have their own little box where you could put your name and email. That's $1 a raffle ticket. And then at the end, or maybe even throughout the course of the show, we'll draw some names.
We should do it at the end. That way you can collect all of it. Plus it'd make people stay till the end. Just a thought. I'm not going to tell you how to run your.
Oh, you can come host it, dude, if you want.
I can come up.
We tried that last time with a comedian, and it was pretty funny. But he ended up hitting his head, and he had to take off.
He hit his. What did he hit his head on?
I don't know. I guess walking down the stairs, he fell down the stairs and hit the back of his head.
Who was it?
Brent Robinson.
I'm not familiar with him.
He's just a stand-up. I think he does a lot of open mics.
Yeah.
Wise guys.
So now you're going to get up there and be the announcer.
I'm going to try.
Yeah. So what else? How late will the event probably go till?
I think we could go as long as we want. I don't know. They usually generally wrap up about 11 midnight-ish, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a whole parking lot, so we could just take advantage of it.
And it's free?
It's free. Yep.
Starts at 6:00?
Yep.
Well, you mentioned parking lot. I mean, is there any kind of noise ordinances or anything though with like music?
I don't think so. Yeah. Wes Snappy, the guy that runs the warehouse, he check him out.
I know where. Okay, I know where though. It's the Nappy. Yeah, right down there. It's not far from like Area 51.
Right, it's right across the street. Yeah,
no, I know exactly where that is. That's a great location, man. Right downtown, so people are going to see that and probably even just want to stop by and see what's going on.
Yep,
it's awesome that it's free too. You know, come check it out. Art, music, going back to that raffle, you know, people, $1 a ticket, you can buy as many as you want. 100% of that proceeds goes to the benefit of the YWCA. So we encourage people to put money in. You know.
And is it just ywca.com that people can find out?
I think it's .org.
.org. And I'll check all the links and even get those up on the show notes so people can, check that out and find out more about the organization.
I know they deal with battered women, and I know their mottos. Maybe I don't know their motto anymore. Yeah. I was saying it on my podcast because it was like empowering women and eliminating racism. So,
well, it's a great cause.
Yeah.
I mean, do you like down the road? Do you know any other events you're going to be doing, or are you just trying to get through this event?
We are going to be working with Angel Hands Foundation. soon
on a future event.
On a future event. And I think we're going to do another Free Puppies event at the Piper Down.
Okay.
I'm not sure because I'm not the one running that one, my friend Justin, but he wants to do the Create a One.
Kind of keep that name
right.
in it and
do the art raffle and all that. So,
which is cool. Jeramie started this, recently, and it's cool to grow it and expand it. I think he's onto something great, get a whole community of artists and musicians together and people that enjoy that stuff,
Yeah. So if you're an artist or a musician, get in touch with
me. With
Jeramie, probably be the best person to contact.
And Twitter's probably the best way at Create01, and it's CRE801.
Okay. Yeah. So like if you're an artist, you want to get involved, with, down the road with future events.
A musician, or if you have a charity, or if you have just a cause, if you, a real cause, not if you need a flat screen or something.
I need a new car. Will you help me out?
But yeah, I mean, just tweet me.
So Jeramie, you've done a few of these events. I mean, describe after it's all done. I mean, describe that feeling. I mean, do you just feel like I'm sure you feel great that you gave something back to the community a little bit.
Yeah. And it's always a fun time. We always have a good time. There's never drama attached to it. There's never, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always a good time. And then you get to hand somebody a check or hand somebody cash. It feels great.
I could imagine, and I'm sure you've learned through trial and error. I mean, like you said, this is the fourth event you're doing, right? So
yeah,
each time, I mean,
this one's been the most difficult.
Really?
Yeah.
What was difficult about this event?
Well, we had a venue and then we lost the venue.
Yeah, well, yeah, Cocopelli's you mentioned, yeah.
So Wes was nice enough to lend us his warehouse. I reached out to several charities. I wasn't getting any emails back. Really? So it was just a little frustrating. Yeah.
People you're just like, hey, I want to help exactly. You guys out, and people just don't email you back.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, I kept checking my my spam, see if their emails ended up there, but no. So it got a little frustrating, but
I mean, I wonder
even with different venues. Sorry to cut you off, but even with different venues, I try to contact a few people to have the events, and sounds interesting. We'll get back to you, and nothing. So for us to get AMS last week and still be able to keep the lineup and the date and everything, I'm super stoked.
Yeah.
Well, and maybe if it works out well, you can do more events at this warehouse. You know. And back, kind of sorry to skip around a little bit, but back to your art. Did you never mention? Did you go to art school and all that with your stuff, or you just kind of got inspired to start creating art? Huh?
Yeah, I mean, I've been drawing since I was a kid. I used to make little books and stuff. With these characters, Bezos and the Trash Gang, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I've always been drawing. I think similar to Lance, I took a college course and the teacher just kind of
discouraged
me. So I didn't draw for several years.
Yeah.
Sucks.
And, I just started maybe 5 years ago, started painting, and then I get manic where I'm painting several pieces at once and I'm so stoked about it and I'm so into it, and then a year goes by and I haven't painted anything. So I'm in the manic stage right now where I've got 4 pieces going right now, and I was up all night last night painting, and I had my Jazz jersey just covered in paint because I was just going crazy about it. But yeah.
And are you still creating music too? Are you still because weren't you were in a band the last time we talked, right?
Yeah, every Creative One I've played. This will be the first one I'm not going to play at. No, I've had to quit my band. I'm going back to school in the fall. So
where are you going to school?
Slick.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, buddy. It's cheap.
Jeramie's got a lot of guts though. He gets up with an acoustic guitar just by himself and sings and plays a set. And
dude, that's tough to get up there by yourself, man.
Especially when you're not really that good.
Oh,
I'm not a good guitarist by any means. I just strum 4 or 5 chords.
You're being modest.
No, not at all. I just strum chords, but I'm a songwriter, and I like to share. So.
And what about Adam? We had Adam. That's your cousin, right? What is he going to be doing anything with the event or no? Not this event.
I don't think so. He might show up.
So he can show up, get his.
He's
autograph.
got a crazy work schedule, so hopefully we see him there.
And you guys are still doing your podcast, or
no? We haven't for a while, but we
share what your podcast is again.
It's a Pumpkin Pie Fraudcast, and that's available on iTunes, Podomatic.com, and we we'll post them to our Facebook page.
I wish you guys would still do it.
Yeah,
man,
we'll have to reboot it.
It's a lot of fun to listen to. You guys,
oh, thanks.
You guys
I appreciate that.
You know, I was actually just listening to the episode with you and your cousin when you guys were on episode 45, and
oh yeah,
I was like, man, there were a couple of fun guys. You know what I mean?
Adam's the best.
I gotta get Adam and back on here. I mean, he's just a funny guy. You know, just full of witty responses. You know,
I've told him for years that he should do stand up because nobody in the world has made me laugh harder than that kid.
Yeah.
And we grew up together.
Has he ever done like open mics or anything?
He needs to.
Yeah, get down to Wise Guys on Wednesday, man. Yeah. That's where the open mic is. And
these guys laugh their guts out when they're together too. It's entertaining just to watch them, you know?
Yeah. Well, awesome. Anything else you want to mention? We're going to wrap up the show. Amelia Dawn, that's playing the event. We're going to wrap up the show playing one of her songs. How did you, Amelia Dawn, do you have any like backstory behind her? Or?
My friend Pete would play open mics with her, High Point Coffee.
Okay.
He just suggested her. She's on Reverb Nation.
She's great.
She's good. She's a really great songwriter.
Great singer too. She's got a killer voice.
Are you familiar at all with you just through
the Credo One?
Yeah.
Yeah, she came out on that November show and did a set, and she's pretty awesome. Everybody needs to check her out.
And does Credo One have a Facebook fan page or anything?
We have a fan page. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think I linked that in episode 45. So I'll get the links up on this episode.
Yeah. It's Credo One Music and Art. I'm on Instagram at CRE801.
You on Twitter?
I'm on Twitter.
You're on Twitter.
I always plug the Twitter.
You talk a lot, man.
Yeah.
That's. I don't even think this kid will give me his phone number. He's like direct messages.
I will off air, Chris.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like direct messages only. You know.
There's some crazy girls that I don't want, from the past to hear this.
Yeah. Did they still stalk you? So
no.
Well, no. Everybody needs a stalker, man. You know? As long as I get listeners, I don't care if they're stalkers. You know, so
Chris's address is.
Let's say it. It's what's the police station's address? Downtown 3rd South.
5th South, 333 West.
Is that the police station?
No, that's the warehouse.
Oh, yeah. I live at the warehouse. Yeah. So, anyways, August 3rd.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. AMS Warehouse.
5th South,
333 West.
Right.
Follow you on Twitter, Facebook, anything else. I think
follow Joey V Art on Instagram. That's my little brother.
Okay.
Just crazy stuff. Crazy.
Is he gonna? He's not gonna have any art though.
He's gonna donate a piece.
Okay.
This is the first one he's not doing. He just didn't have anything he wanted to show.
Yeah, he showed it all the others. His stuff's just crazy. It's just,
okay.
That's all I can say. It's crazy.
And I'm sure all these other artists are on Instagram and all that.
JLJ Art.
And I can't recommend following Lance enough. Your Instagram feed is great.
Thanks, man.
Follow him.
I try and stay active on it.
The cool thing with Lance too is he shows the whole process. He'll show like the beginning of the painting.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm glad you brought that up.
I just started doing that. Well, when I first got on, I posted a lot of stuff I've had for years. But to see the process is kind of fun. Plus, I've been cranking it out, so it's kind of cool when I can show the process, but do it over the course of just a few days. I really dig that. It's kind of fun.
What's great about your feed is you don't have to look at baby pictures and what you're eating for dinner.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. You know, I'll still talk.
I've limited that too. Oh man, my baby eating a popsicle is so cute. Click.
Yeah.
Hey, his boy is cute.
Nah, if I had a kid, I'd probably want to post pictures.
Oh, everything changes, buddy.
Your world changes. Hello, look at the poopy diaper. It's so cute.
Well, that never really gets cute.
Anything else this summer? I know summer's kind of coming to an end. By the time this, it's into July, beginning of August. Anything else you're excited about?
I'm excited today. The Urban Arts Fest is going on at the Gateway
today. Yeah. Well, obviously that this will be up way after that. But anything like in August that you're excited about or what?
Drag the River's coming to Bert's Tiki Lounge.
I'm not familiar.
Drag the River. Oh, alt country.
Really? I love alt country.
Chad Price are you familiar with All?
The band.
The band All. Yeah. He was one of their singers. Him and John Snodgrass from Armchair Martian. They have a band called Drag the River, and they're going to play Bert's on the 17th.
I'll have to check
really good band, dude.
I'll have to.
It's only
check
$10 too.
I love alt country. I just don't keep up with all of the stuff that's coming out. That's really like folk and alt country and bluegrass. Like I love that stuff.
Yeah. I think you dig these guys. Really good vocals.
Yeah.
Good songwriting skills. So,
and it's at Bert's Tiki Lounge, which I love that place.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a fun place to see a band play, man. Get a PBR and
avoid the bathrooms though.
Yeah, you know, they're not that bad. They're not that bad. Any other shows coming up that you're excited for, or anything that you doing any of the Twilight concerts? You ever hit a Twilight?
I'd really like to, but I don't.
You don't.
I don't think I'll make it.
You did the crowds. People. I went to the Bell and Sebastian one was just the other night. And,
how was that?
Oh, it was great. I mean, I love Bell and Sebastian. They're like one of my favorite bands. And so the opportunity to get to see them in Salt Lake, I don't think they've ever played here. I mean, maybe, you know, if someone's listening and they have, I apologize. From the way it sounded like too, this was their first time making it here. And they're from Scotland, you know. There's some good bands playing. The Flaming Lips, you know, that will be done too by the time this episode's up. But
are you going to that one?
Oh yeah. I love the Flaming Lips.
Where's that at?
Just downtown Pioneer Park.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Outdoors,
Twilight,
awesome.
$5, man. You can't beat that. And then Ludacris. I mean, $5 for a Ludacris show.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Holla.
Is that at Pioneer Park also?
Yeah, every Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Every Thursday, band start at about 7:00. The gates open at 5. You know, the National.
Oh yeah.
A bunch of other bands. You know, I don't keep up with all the bands coming out these days. I used to.
There's so much going on.
Dude, I used to be so much more up on music, but I got kind of burned out of it, man. It was just like all these bands are sounding the same.
Yeah.
We're the old guys now. It doesn't appeal to us like it used
plus
to.
it's like 9:00 rolls around. I'm ready for bed.
Yeah. Exactly. That's
what a day job does to you, huh?
Yeah. So anyways, we'll close out Amelia Dawn, Dirty Little Jacket. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Absolutely. Here, check out your event, August 3rd.
Yeah. Yep. Everybody come out. It's a good cause. That's the greatest thing about it. Good cause.
Yeah. We'll talk to you guys next event you guys are doing. We'll bring you back.
All right. Awesome. I appreciate that.
Well,
thanks a lot, Jeramie and Lance.
I'll give you back your jacket if you give me back my pride, 'cause this loss of self-confidence is ruining my stride. It's really got to go. The only tangible thing that tells me that was real, 'cause I flew on hopeless wings. You only had to ask me once and baby I would be there, 'cause I treat others like they're precious just to show that I care. You can't even play the friend, so go ahead and keep it, 'cause I'm done being your dirty little secret. I'm done being your dirty little secret. I'm done being your dirty little secret, baby. I'm done being your dirty little secret. I really don't need it, so go ahead and keep it. You know it's really too bad that you make me so sad, 'cause I never even sang you a song. You never cared to find out what makes my heart pound, or what courses through my veins at all. You miss the music so sweet that it carries heartbeats, and lovers in the dark of the night. I could have let myself go, but now you'll never know the beauty of my passion and flight. 'Cause I'm done being your dirty little secret. I'm done being your dirty little secret, baby. I'm done being your dirty little secret. You can't even be a friend, so baby, it's the end, yeah. The fact of the matter is, if I didn't say anything, I wouldn't respect myself, and that's a dangerous thing. 'Cause you cut me too deep, always pawning me off, always putting me second, just so you can get off. I don't owe you explanations, you don't owe me